Are you looking for more out of your life? Do you need ideas on how to start new businesses and how to move forward in your own personal life? Well, guess what? You have come to the right radio show. At You Can Overcome Anything podcast show, you will learn and hear from many people from all walks of life who are sharing their challenges, their stories, their habits, and the mind shifts they had to overcome to become who they are today. On top, you will get a chance to connect and see how you can overcome anything by networking and learning about your next move through this radio show. I present to you our great speakers at You Can Overcome Anything podcast show with your host, Cesar Espino. Hello there, and welcome back to another episode of You Can Overcome Anything podcast show. It is your host, Cesar Espino. And today I have a special guest. Her name is Laetitia Bouffard-Roupe. And I want to tell you a little bit about her. She's an internationally awarded model, movement artist, and a published muse whose work bridges fine art, photography, and dance. Trained at the prestigious Paris Opera Ballet School and former performer with Cirque du Soleil, she brings a grace, precision, and theatrical depth to every frame. She has traveled over 87 countries, published five fine art photo books, appeared on the covers of international magazines, and is being immortalized in bronze sculptures as a little sister by Basil Watson. With multiple international accolades and a global following over 100,000, she has built a six-figure creative career rooted in authenticity, independence, and timeless storytelling. It is my pleasure to introduce you. How are you today?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, definitely. So tell me a little bit about your upbringing and where are you originally from?
I am originally from France, but I am based in Spain. But I travel a lot for my work. So
Okay.
I would say more I'm a citizen of the world than not don't feel really attached to anywhere.
Yeah, no, I love that. So let me tell you, I was checking out your Instagram, and you have a lot of great talent. And where did that come from? I always tell people that what we're doing right now as adults, it came from somewhere. It sometimes comes from childhood, looking up at other people. What was it for you? What was that one thing you wanted to become growing up?
Well, as a kid, I wanted to be a ballerina. This was a thing.
Hmm.
And my parents listened and really helped me to achieve that dream. And I had the chance to have amazing teachers as a child,
Hmm.
and that dream came true.
Got it. Okay. So tell me more about obviously there's a lot of work when you think about even being a ballerina or the things you do or even being able to get into Cirque du Soleil. Like what was that journey? Like, walk me through that journey of the long hours, the discipline you put in, all of that stuff. Because I think that there's a lot of value to it, right? A lot of people sometimes start thinking about that overnight success, but it's not really that, right? It takes time and dedication. So, walk me through that.
Yes, it takes a lot of sacrifice. Starting with, for example, when I left at 9 years old, I left my parents and
Hmm.
I went away to Paris, which was about 6 hour drive away, and I lived there alone. So that was the first sacrifice. The second is a lot of physical sacrifice. So you go through a lot of pain, um, physically, but also mentally. The teachers are really hard and they test you very young as a kid to know if you have really the desire of becoming a professional ballerina or not, because the competition is really, really big. There's a
Hmm.
lot of little girls that want to become ballerinas, and at the Paris Opera Ballet, they are extremely selective with who will make it or not. And not enough, you need to be physically able to, but they really test mentally too, to make sure you're enough strong and you have enough dedication and enough willingness to go through all the sacrifice.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and that's huge. And you mentioned something, a lot of physical, pain or you endure a lot of physical aspects to your body. You yourself had a major hip replacement, right?
I did 2 years ago.
Yeah. Tell me about that.
Oh, that was a huge surprise when I got the news actually, because I did not expect such a thing. I had pain in my hip, but which was like normal as a ballet dancer, as an artist
Hmm.
professionally, you always have pain. But in one point, I had too much pain, and I was like, I was resting, it didn't go away. Did some MRIs, did everything, and then yeah, the result came out that I had overused all the cartilage that I had in my hip, and that's why I had so much pain. And I was already on stage 4, which was like surgery.
Wow.
No, no, nothing could help, nothing could save it. So I had no solution else than go through the surgery. Many ballerinas go through the hip surgery. It's a quite common thing, at especially around my age. And yeah, I had to go through it. It was a huge shock, because during all my career, I have always built up strength with my body. I have always got better. I had always was like going up, and that surgery gave me a big kick. I had to go back down
Yeah.
and rebuild, and it was also a big question tags knowing what I could physically do afterwards. So it was a big like moment of unknown. And um, at the time when I did the surgery, I was already modeling, but I actively use my ballet posing and my yoga posing in my photography.
Hmm.
So it was a big question to know if I would still be able to pose this way or not. And luckily, I did. So
Yeah.
I'm at 90% can do everything that I used to do before the operation.
Yeah, no, I love that. So, Laetitia, you've done a lot of different things throughout your career, right? And I'm very impressed, with the idea that you have books that have been published, uh, photography books, and different things you've done throughout that. And you had one book that just came out June 2026 called Unseen, right? Tell me a little bit about that, and I know you already have kind of worked on that, but the inspiration and the aspect of this book.
Yes, Unseen is a very special project and book for me because it's a collection of photos that have never been published before. That's why the title.
Yeah. Ah.
So even if you follow me on social media, if you follow me even anywhere, like you didn't see those photos. All those photos are unseen and unique and exclusive. And and the desire to print was very big for me because I feel like just scrolling on social media is not giving um how to say enough for those photos. Those photos they deserve more than just being another
Gotcha.
content on
Yeah.
social media. And also, when you see them on social media, they have no context. They are like in between weird other stuff.
Right.
So the desire of doing this book came from that, from um, taking the moment, having something tangible, seeing the photos in bigger format than a phone format, and really looking at art the way it should be shown.
Yeah, yeah. So tell me a little bit about like there's different types of arts, right? And so obviously these photos, they're of you, right? And are maybe not giving too much away, right? But describe one of the one of the photos or something that people are gonna be able to see, on this unseen book, right? On this collection. Tell me about maybe one particular photo or anything that talks about the feeling, the emotion that brings, because really that's what art is. It's movement or moving people, right? To be able to get connected and see that. Maybe describe a little bit of where the spectrum might have been, because you've been to 87 countries, so I'm sure there's going to be a lot of pictures all over the place, right?
Yeah, so Unseen book, it does have outdoor photos, location photos, and studio photos. So it has all gender of photographies in there. But if I had to speak about one which really touched me and has like a bigger story behind, it's one photo of me in front of a waterfall in Switzerland
Hmm.
on silks, Ariel silks in
Yeah.
a split. So it was a huge, huge setup. The photographer got the setup ready 7 days before. We had to walk 2 hours to the location, and it had a big story behind for him because he was from that area of Switzerland and he wanted this photo since he was a kid. He told
Hmm.
me he never found the right model that could do it, and I made his dream come true with that photo. So it was a big, yeah, it was a big thing for me.
Wow, no, that's huge. And I think not only like you said, like for you, it's huge for also making that person, fulfilling their dream. And I
Yeah,
think that, I want to say, and don't want to speak for you, and at the same time, you're building and or creating that experience and fulfillment for the people that are seeing this, right, on this book Unseen and helping them through in their eyes, seeing what you've done and accomplished, right?
right. I want to inspire people. I want to motivate people. This is the goal of the book.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. So let's talk a little bit about, you've been able to do what a lot of people want to do and that is build a six-figure career, right? And do that. And you have it in such a way where it's very unique. You accoladed to your authenticity, the independence, and just storytelling, right?
Right.
Tell me exactly what that looks like for you. What is a life like for you in that space?
I have to say, as an artist, it's amazing because I have the total freedom to create what I want with who I want,
Hmm.
where I want.
Yeah.
So I can work as much or as little as I want, and and I have the complete freedom of creativity. I can say no to projects I don't like and say yes. I can reach out to any photographers in the world and try to pitch them an idea I have and make it come true. I travel all over the world to make those ideas come true, and it is a luxury, I have to say, as an artist, that I can
Yeah.
have a full-time income out of creating my art.
Yeah,
And I'm
yeah,
grateful for it every day. Mm.
right. No, I love that. And again, I kind of go back to the idea like it's not easy to get to that place. It's not easy to get to this place where I made it. I finally have everything that I have. Um, let me ask you, like, even with that, like, what are those ideas? Like, let's just say you want to pitch an idea to somebody, a photographer, right? How or when do ideas come? Is it on your sleep? Are you having a coffee or tea? Like, how does that formulate in your head to say, hey, this is the next idea. This is a big idea for me.
Yeah, well, in photography we call them mood boards. So you would like glue the ideas. Let's say maybe it was a makeup that started the idea because I scrolled on Instagram and I saw this amazing makeup artist, and this makeup inspired me to twitch it and make my own way, make it like in, and then the photographer will maybe see this makeup and be like, wow, okay, with that makeup, I can see that lighting. Maybe we bring a special outfit for it. And then from one little thing like that, then you build up
Hmm.
the concept. So yeah, that's a cool part because it's endless.
Yeah.
Photography, you can just keep creating.
No, for sure. So, you definitely are that the proof that, you gotta just go after all of your dreams and follow your dreams and your heart, right? And that's one of the messages. So what would you tell somebody that maybe, you know, is listening to this or is watching this that maybe there where you were many years ago before you made it? What would be your advice to them to say, hey, besides just following your heart and your dreams, here's what I had to do because a lot of people are in that space. They cannot get out of that, right?
Right. I think the most important part is to take action,
Mm,
not just have a dream and fantasize about it. Like actually like like I did when I started photography, I reached out to like celebrity photographer that were shooting supermodels, like
Hmm.
and I was like, now when I think it back, I'm like, wow, like I only was doing photography for 6 months and I reached out to this world-class celebrity photographer.
Yeah.
Like, how did I do that? Like, but I don't know. I had this drive and he said yes. And obviously it really helped pull up my career right at the start.
Yeah.
So just taking action, bold moves
Yeah.
can take you far.
Yeah.
Worst case scenario, you can get a no and move on. But if you
Right.
don't take
Yeah.
action and try to just go for it, reach out to the people which even you think are unreachable, maybe this send this email, which you'll see, you never know.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I like to tell people boldness, like you said, boldness is rewarded. And then the second thing to that is that if you don't do and you don't do that action, you're 100% guaranteed to fail, right? Except if you do it, you have a 50-50 chance. And like you said, if that doesn't work, you move on to the next one and the next one and the next one and just keep going. And that's part of the tenacity and like you said, that drive of being able to do that, right?
Right.
Yeah. So, curious to know. Obviously, you've been to a lot of different countries. Do you speak multiple languages?
I do.
How many languages do you speak?
So French is my native language.
Yeah. Je
English.
parle un peu.
Great. English is my second language. I did some German at school, but I will not say that I can really speak German.
Yeah.
Spanish, I'm quite fluent because I live in Spain, and I'm in the process of learning Danish now.
Wow. Okay. Okay. So that definitely is
Sorry, I forgot I speak Polish too.
Polish too. Okay, got it. So it's you know definitely have a few hobbies there that can really speak to, and also kind of going back to that. I think there's a lot to say to this, and in terms of even the art that they're doing, the more languages you speak, then the more outreach you have to be able to connect with those people too, right?
That's right.
Uh,
But with English and Spanish, you're pretty good.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, pretty much you can go anywhere with that, I think. 100%. Yeah. So let me ask you this. What is your day like? I mean, you definitely have a huge discipline. Talk about what are your non-confronts or your non-negotiables, right? What do you do on a daily basis to kind of get you up and running and staying focused?
Non-negotiable.
Hmm.
In the morning, big glass of water when I wake up. It says like must be. Then I drink my lemon ginger honey tea.
Okay.
This is all for immune system, for energy, for digestion, for all the organs to work as they should.
Yep.
Um, Breath work must be, and a bit of meditation.
Okay.
And after that, must be abs workout, at least 5-10 minutes. It doesn't have to be long, it just has to be consistent. And the stretching.
Okay. And that's every morning.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. How long?
Before before laptop, before phone, before
Before any of that stuff. Got it. How long, if you were to put a time frame on an average from beginning to end, how long does that take you?
a good hour.
Okay, got it. Yeah,
Yeah.
and the reason why I ask is, I like to see what people are doing is because again, a lot of times people believe that those little things that, an hour is not a whole lot, right? And people say, well, I don't have time. I don't have, you know, the time, or I'm too busy, or they're always coming up with an excuse, right? And when you think about it, an hour is not a whole lot. And if you cannot squeeze 1 hour, then, really, what is it that you're doing, right? And so the message here, more than anything, is like, again, if you really want something bad enough, you're gonna go out and do it regardless of that, right? And taking just like the things you were talking about, drinking water, meditating, breath work, whatever that might be, those little things can really make a big difference on the trajectory of your future, right? Would you agree?
Right. Like yeah, like the breath work in the morning, calm down your, you know, nervous system, clears your mind, you
Yep.
get much higher focus, and all of that, of course, impacts everything else afterwards. So
Yeah, for sure. So, where can people find your book? Where can they connect with you? Where can they continue to learn more about what you have going on?
So on my website,
Mhm.
leticiamodel.com, or on Instagram, Laetitia Channel Model.
Okay,
And yeah, that's where you can find me, connect with me. I'm pretty much all the time on Instagram. You can message me
got you.
anytime.
Okay, and then is your book also? Can they find that on Amazon, or is it just through your website?
It's only on my website.
Okay, awesome. I love that exclusivity. So you definitely got to do that. Okay, cool. And then
But I ship worldwide, just saying. So no problems.
yeah, yeah, no, for sure. Got you. And then just a couple of different things that I think you have going on. What's next for you? I mean, you've done so many things right now. We're coming to the end of this year, beginning of 2026. What's in it for you for 2026?
Well, I have still a couple of photo shoots for 2025. I'm getting ready for a French tour with Paris and Lyon. So
Okay.
technically, I'm not done with 25.
Yeah, got you. Yeah.
And 26, I want to travel to as many new countries as possible and new cities.
Yep.
That's my goal. I don't want to repeat places I've been, and I want to discover new ones.
Gotcha. All right. All right. Good, good. Um,
Hopefully.
a couple of questions for you. That I have. The last one that I have is for the people that are watching us and listening to us right now. If they're going through any challenge, whatever challenge that might be, what is one or a few things you can say to them so they can start overcoming that challenge?
Wow, that's a big question. You got me here.
Yeah.
Um, I think we have to come back to the present,
Mm,
because usually when we think we have problems or challenges is because we think in the future, and we get worried when we speak about the future, because it's the unknown. When we come back to the present and we are grateful for what we already have, we already or for things we have achieved. If you look, like, let's say 5 years ago, where you're at today, just coming back to the present is really important, and be grateful for what you already achieved.
yeah.
uh, Not worry so much about what's coming, but being in the present.
I love that. I love that. And you're right. A lot of people, forget about living the now and they focus too much on, I think there's it's either a Japanese word, Satori or something, or yeah, I think it's Japanese, Satori, and it's being living in the now, right? Being present, where, a lot of people are worrying about tomorrow, which hasn't even happened. And it may not even happen the way you're thinking about it, right? So you're going all
Mhm.
over the place. Um,
Your
and then
mind is like wandering around for
Right.
thinking.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And while it's good to, and I do believe it's good to meditate and visualize, but a lot of people don't visualize the right way. They focus on the wrong stuff, right? And then you have people that are worrying about the past. I could have done
Mm.
this different. I could have done this. And so it's like, yeah, I love the idea, and that was a really good message there is to be able to be here on the now, on the present, right? So, no, I love that. So, Letitia, anything else that you want to say before I let you go?
Um, Maybe cliche, but listen to your heart and don't forget passions that
Mm,
you have. Your 9 to 5 may take over your passions, but don't forget about them, because yeah, they make you happy.
yeah. Yeah, no, that's
Like,
I love that. That's
don't
definitely
forget that make you feel good, and things that you like, and take time for those things too.
yeah, no, definitely. That was definitely a golden nugget for sure. I love that. Letitia, thank you again for being here. Really appreciate our conversation. And thank you for being on the show today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, for sure. And do me a favor, for the rest of you guys, do me a favor. Go over and check out her website. Go get a copy of her book and follow her on Instagram. And for the rest of you guys, I'll see you at the next episode of You Can Overcome Anything podcast show. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Cesar Espino, real estate investor, business coach, and consultant, and author of the book, You Can Overcome Anything Even When the World Says No. My number is 424-501-6046. In my book, I talk about making the necessary changes to shift your mind for prosperity and certainty. Pick up your copy at Amazon. I also love helping families with their real estate and can purchase your house fast and all cash. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. My number is 424-501-6046.
Thank you for having me today. I am so glad you've tuned into this podcast. You can find me at your favorite podcast platform where you can like, subscribe, comment, and share. And to learn more about myself, my services, you can find me at www.cesarrespino.com, or you can also find me at your social media. Thanks for joining me, and I am looking forward to having you at the next episode. And know you truly can overcome anything.